Kenma hadn't slept much that night. Not because he was spiraling, though maybe he was, just a little, but because his brain wouldn't shut off. Every time he closed his eyes, it all replayed. The way Kuru had looked at him. The way he'd waited. The kiss, warm and steady, nothing like the impulsive mess Kenma had expected. Not hurried, not demanding, just, sure. And Kenma had kissed him back. Willingly. More than once. His fingers had curled in the fabric of Kuru's shirt without thinking. He remembered the slight tremble in his own hands, the way his breath caught, the split second he'd let himself stop calculating. He remembered how easy it had felt to fall into it. Into him. And now he had no idea what they were. Friends who kissed. Coworkers who crossed a line. Something else entirely. He wasn't sure what terrified him more, not knowing, or wanting to. The next morning, he braced for awkwardness. He expected Kuru to glance at him too long, to tease, to say something that would make the air feel tight. Instead, Kuru strolled into the office like it was any other day. Coffee in one hand, tablet in the other, sleeves rolled up to his elbows, hair just barely tamed into place. He looked like someone who hadn't been up all night questioning his existence. Kenma hated how calm he seemed. In the hallway, Kuru offered him a smile. Not smug, not shy, just, soft, gentle, almost, like a silent offering. Kenma stared a second too long before blinking hard and nodding once, keeping his steps even as he passed. His hands were colder than they should have been. The team briefing that afternoon was loud, chaotic, completely normal. Laptops open, people cracking jokes, someone spilling tea near the whiteboard. Kuru ran the meeting like he always did, casually confident, efficient. He made a joke at Yamato's expense, everyone laughed, then handed Kenma a document across the table without so much as looking at him. Like nothing had changed, but everything had. Their fingers brushed, barely. Kenma felt his chest skip. He froze, just for a heartbeat. Not long enough for anyone else to notice. But Kuru did. Kenma felt the flicker of Kuru's gaze before he even looked up. Just a brief glance. Quiet. Measured. The message was clear, I felt that too. Kenma looked away first. His grip on the document was too tight. Strangely, it wasn't the kiss that haunted him. It was everything after. The silence. The stillness. The waiting. Kuru didn't text him that night. Didn't send a dumb meme or a sarcastic comment. Didn't say, good night, or, hey, or, so, what now? He just let it be. Like the kiss wasn't something hanging in the air between them, sharp-edged and unspoken. And Kenma didn't know if that meant Kuru was being patient, or distant, or done. Maybe all three. On the third day, Akashi found him in the break room. Kenma had his headphones in, laptop open, a cold coffee untouched beside him. He didn't look up when Akashi entered. You look like someone trying really hard not to think about something they can't stop thinking about. Akashi said, completely deadpan, sipping his matcha like it was just another line of code. I'm working. You kissed him. I don't know what you're talking about. Akashi raised an eyebrow. That look, the, Kenma, please, look, made Kenma want to curl into the floor tiles. You like him. I didn't say that. You didn't have to. Kenma stirred his coffee, too fast, too hard. The spoon clinked loudly against the ceramic. It doesn't matter. Why not? He hasn't brought it up. Akashi's gaze sharpened. Maybe because he's waiting for you too. That shut Kenma up. Later. That week, Kuru texted. I'm heading to the Game Expo Saturday. Thought I'd see if Bouncing Ball Company has a secret booth. Or if its elusive CEO will finally be in the wild. Kenma stared at the message longer than he cared to admit. His thumb hovered above the keyboard for what felt like minutes. Maybe. A moment passed. Then Kuru replied with a smiley. Not a smirk. Not a dumb emoji face with sunglasses or cat ears. Just a plain, honest smile. Kenma's chest did that annoying skip again. Saturday came. And Kenma showed up. Not because he wanted to see Kuru. Because he needed to understand what this was. What they were. He spotted Kuru near the VR showcase, grinning like he'd known Kenma would come all along. You showed up. You invited me. That didn't guarantee anything. He wasn't wrong. They walked the expo together. No PR team, no staff, no crowd of curious fans. Just them. Kuru asked about Kenma's favorite days, his least favorite game mechanics, the worst patch notes he'd ever seen. He even brought up that one fan theory Kenma hated, just to see him roll his eyes. Kenma asked about the agency. About the stupid podcast Kuru still found time to record. About whether he ever actually slept. The answers were full of sarcasm and inside jokes, but somewhere between the booze and casual commentary, they started laughing again. The kind that cracked open something in Kenma's chest. That left him a little breathless. Unfiltered. Familiar. And for the first time in days, something inside him loosened. Later, tucked behind a merch wall, the noise of the crowd fading into the background. Kuru's voice went quiet. I haven't kissed anyone since you. Kenma blinked. The sentence landed with a weight he hadn't braced for. Kuru didn't look away. I wasn't going to bring it up. But I figured if I didn't, you'd assume it didn't mean anything. Kenma stared at him. It did. It still does. Kuru's shoulders relaxed just slightly. Like he'd been holding tension there, too. I don't know what this is. Kenma admitted, barely above a whisper. Me neither. And I don't want to mess it up. Kuru's lips twitched into a half smile. Then don't. Kenma huffed, almost a laugh, almost a sigh. Kuru made it sound so simple. Like breathing. Like it wasn't terrifying. Kenma didn't answer. But he stepped closer. And for Kuru, that was enough. Part 8 coming soon. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and hit that like button. See you in the next one.